Fanfic Corner, presented by Jennifer. Motherly Instincts, Part 8. Well, here we are, the caves. Are you guys ready? Callum said. Absolutely, can I go with you guys? Ellis said, a smile on her face, but anyone can tell it was forced. Actually, Ellis, I was thinking maybe we could go together. Ezran said, unsure of what he was saying. Oh, okay then. See you guys on the other side. I guess. Alice looked worried, but the smile from Rayla and Callum gave her hope that the moment she stepped inside the cave was not going to be the moment she regretted her whole life. Ezran took her hand and led her into the cave. Callum watched in a very confused but happy manner. What was that all about? He asked as he faced his wife. Well, let's just say they have a lot to talk about. Rayla smiles and walked into the cave. Now or never, right? Just like when we were little. The couple laughed and ran into the cave. It's so pretty. All these crystals, they remind me of Zadian caves. Ran used to take me and leave us into some of the most dangerous caves when we were younger. It was all fun and games before my parents found out. They were mad, but that didn't stop us from going back there. On my brother's 14th birthday, they took us themselves, and then, well, it didn't end well for my father, but he survived. Rayla's face dropped, but was easily replaced with a happy one, as she was with the one she loved most. I'm sorry, Ray. You have me now. I know, and I'm glad. I almost tried to kill you that night. As bad as that sounds, I wouldn't have changed anything. Rayla chuckled and hugged her husband. They walked down the cave some more. Having some crystals light up the way was a plus. Callum knew Rayla loved these crystals, so he managed to use his powers to clear the stones off the deep blue sapphire crystals that matched her markings under her eyes. He slid it into his bag and into a little pouch that was incredibly safe so he wouldn't lose the crystal. They both stopped to look at a large crystal with a bit of pale pink color that was radiating off of its shiny sides, that stood on a rock in the middle of an open area. Is that it? Callum asked as Rayla took out the page of the crystal. No, it's not. The crystal in the book is more clear with white color, not pink. Then a loud crash and a scream could be heard from the deeper part of the cave. What the heck was that? Callum said under his breath. Shh. Rayla put a finger over her lips and held out her hand to keep both of them still. Help, please, someone. We need to save that person, elf thing, and we need to do it before it becomes worse, Callum said, very panicked, but ready to fight nonetheless. Right, Rayla nodded and grabbed her blades out of the bag. The adults sneaked throughout until they came across another clearing that held the screams and cries of fear and pain. Rayla and Callum's eyes widened, and they went into battle stance immediately. Please, hurt me. Heck, even kill me, but don't lay a finger on my children. I beg you. As you wish. The sound of a small grunt and a sword through flesh was all that could be heard until a shriek came from what seemed to be a child. We need to go. We can't leave them. They are helpless. They will die. Rayla grabbed her husband's jacket, and he saw the determination in her eyes. He sighed and got ready to fight. Rayla, being the stealthy ninja assassin warrior she was, snuck behind the elf who was responsible for the mother's death, or what seemed to be the mother's death, and swept his feet. This made him fall on his face, and this also made him insanely mad. "Why, you will pay for this, you imp." The male elf's sword had turned into a magma weapon, and Rayla knew she didn't stand a chance, so she needed to outsmart him. That was easier said than done. Rayla avoided the area where the children were. They seemed to be a young girl, around the age of 3, and a baby boy that was only a couple of months old. Callum had snuck around the fighting elves to the smaller sibling elves to get them away from the area. "Please don't hurt us, mister. We've done nothing wrong." The 3-year-old held her brother close as she hid away in her baggy clothes. Hey, I'm not here to hurt you. I'm here to help, and so is my wife." Callum gestured to Rayla, who was still fighting the bad elf. "But she's fighting. She is bad elf." The girl said, "No, sweetheart, she isn't a bad elf. She's fighting the man because he is the bad elf, and she needs to banish him to the bad elf world where all the bad elves go," Callum said, watching as Rayla used her agile moves to avoid hits. "Where do bad elves go? Do they get punished?" she asked. "Yes, they do. They get a good telling off because of all the bad deeds they've done." Callum felt it was time to get them out of this cave, so he was slowly inching towards them and gracefully picking them up and started walking in a fast manner to the exit. Mister, what about Mama?" "Mama? Right, your Mama. I'll go and get her. Don't worry." He took them out of the clearing and put them in a little hole in the wall. "Promise me you will stay here while I go and get your Mama. Please stay." Callum waited for the girl to promise, and when she did, he sped back into the cave and right back out with the injured woman that was maybe no older than he was. "Mama?" the girl said. "Shh, Mama's sleeping at the minute. You can talk to her later, okay?" Callum said in a soothing voice. The little girl nodded and felt at ease with this strange man who she had never seen before.